Speaking of Discord, this next talking point is getting re-brought up by one of our diehard Discord members, the man, the myth, the legend, really.
Eudemus.
No, Crackalack.
Okay.
Nick Hankey's over on Facebook posted into the Disc Golf Debate group a picture of none other than Rory McIlroy
Roars.
wearing a hoodie while playing in a PGA Tour event. I believe it was like the Zozo. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I mean,
turns out he wasn't
an
the first
off-season
one.
event. Yeah.
There was another one on the European Tour that also was wearing a hoodie.
Right. Well, it's Nike that's doing it. Like we can call it the players all we want, but Nike. If Nike is trying to, and I saw the picture, and if Nike's trying to get like a hoodie into their golf line, then they're encouraging those players to wear it. So like, it's not really the players. I mean, they still have to choose to wear it probably, but it's really Nike that's doing it.
Interesting. They were wearing two different hoodies.
Were they both Nike though?
I believe they were both Nike.
Okay, so yeah. So
the second one was like the most generic. The one on the European Tour was like the most generic, just like blue performance hoodie.
Interesting.
But it looked nice. Like it was the dry fit material with a little Nike check.
Yeah.
But it was just blue. The one Rory was wearing had like a button collar and then a hoodie.
Well, the one Rory was wearing looked like
a golf hoodie.
It looked like Nike's attempt to like, and they've done this before, like hybrid lifestyle into golf clothing, which I think is super cool.
Yeah. So golf right now is in the middle of this debate between players wearing hoodies.
People were going off.
Some people were ticked at there being a debate about it because they were saying like, this is ridiculous. This is why we're dying. This is golfers saying that. Other places, I saw some clubs, specifically more towards the European Tour one. Some clubs were saying like, we just want to reemphasize our club standards that there are absolutely no hoodies allowed on the premise. You know, and also like all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So some of the golf community seem to be going the other way of like, hey, this is outright just like ridiculous. Why on earth are you coming after this guy for wearing a hoodie? And then other parts of the golf world were saying, hey, this is ridiculous. Why is this guy wearing a hoodie? But in relation to disc golf, it was Nick Hankey's question on the Disc Golf Debate group was basically like, will disc golf get to this point?
I have a take on this.
Well, the take I wanted was like, A, will disc golf get to that point? And B, if in the perfect world, what would your dress code for disc golf be at the top level of the sport?
Right. So the whole reason that the like collared shirt thing exists, right, is because they wanted to look they want the players to look professional, right? So, but I don't think the collared shirt has become like the, poster child for that look, but it's not necessarily the end all be all. Because the whole point is like for disc golf and ball golf and whatever, we want the players at the highest level, the ones that are on TV presenting the sport, we want them to look professional. Okay. Does that mean they need to be wearing a collared shirt? Not necessarily. I think what's more important is that the players look put together. Okay. When a PGA Tour golfer like Rory McIlroy goes out in the course, whether he's wearing a collared shirt or not, he's going out there in all very nice Nike athletic gear that was given to him by Nike. He looks put together. He looks like a Nike athlete. He's got a Nike hat, Nike shoes, Nike pants, and this Nike. It happened to be a hoodie, but he still looks put together out there. He doesn't look like he just showed up from any random place to go play on this tournament, right? So like my whole thing is like the collared shirt is an effective way. First of all, it's not uncomfortable at all. Like I don't understand that. So that is like the easiest way to accomplish this look, I think, for disc golf, because we don't have the kind of resources to have like these sponsorships like sending us in clothing, right? Like Nike athletes like that. But I think it's more important. And part of it too, like people say like the dry fits, like just wear a dry fit, but like a lot of the dry fits look ugly. Like they look awful. They look like paintball uniforms or like esports teams uniforms. They're flashy. They just don't look clean, right? I want like, you could do a dry fit shirt and an outfit that just looks like clean and well put together, I think. But right now I think it's just like where the sport is and like where all the apparel is, it's just easier to do it with a collared shirt because you just slap a logo on it and it's already done the job for you. Like guys who are out there on the course dressing like Paul Macbeth is like the best example of it right now that we have. He looks way more professional. Like, that's just the bottom line. Like, some guys just don't really try, and it's because they don't want to.
So you're arguing for collared shirts on the tour. I'm
not calling it collared. I'm not saying I'm not on the side of collared shirts. I'm saying that's the easiest way to accomplish.
So if you were
put together.
First off, I want to say we're talking about the Elite Series. So
right, yeah. Anything else?
Pro
anything
Tour,
below that, I
National
don't care.
Tour, World, and Pro Tour, National Tour majors.
Right.
That's it. If you're in charge of the dress code, what are you putting in writing
right
that these
now,
players have to go by?
Right now, I'm saying collared shirt for those events
Okay.
because I think if I'm the director, like I said, I'm coming from that perspective. The easiest way for my players to look put together is that rule. PGA Tour, like, those guys have so much flexibility because they have these clothing sponsors to where they can look like professional athletes and have a little more flexibility in the style of their clothing. Nike are the ones who are breaking into this because the problem they see is they're trying to get younger demographics into the sport. This is the reason that Nike stopped. They don't even make equipment anymore. They only make apparel because they weren't making any money. They're trying desperately to get young people into golf. So they went ahead and they are sponsoring like all the top players' apparel nowadays. And they do like a line of golf clothing that's more lifestyle, like practice around the course. And then they have their professional stuff. And now they're trying to kind of blend it together. And I think it's really cool. And like, I think that Rory and those guys' outfits are always sick because they always still look professional and put together. The hood thing is definitely the most extreme iteration. We've seen them change the collared shirts to like the blade collar, which is super cool. We've seen them do some things with like taking different sneaker designs and making them into golf shoes. The hood is the most extreme version, but it's a hood. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not freaking out over that, but yeah, if I'm the PGA, like, I'm not worried about whether there's a collar on the guy's shirt. I'm worried about if they're representing the tour and looking like professional athletes out there.
So see, I think this is where the issue comes in. Well, first off, I disagree with the collared
If some
shirt.
guys out there in cargo shorts and like just some random like Innova dry fit that's got bright orange all over it, like, it looks trashy. It doesn't look good.
I agree with that. But the issue is who decides what looks professional?
Well, that's why you do just collared shirts.
But you just said it. You could have a bright orange. I could go out and get a collared shirt that's just as ugly and that looks just like an esports team too, and just put a collar on it.
But I don't.
It's a collared shirt.
In the sport of disc golf, when I see people wearing collared shirts, that doesn't tend to happen because they're already made by companies who work in ball golf.
So here is my counter. So right now, disc golf has, if you're playing an A tier or above, you have to wear a dry fit performance shirt or a collared shirt.
That's so dumb. Like, why have to wear a dry fit?
Because it looks way better than cotton.
Does it?
Yes. 99.9% of the time, yes. So here's
whatever. I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
It makes a huge difference. What are you talking about?
I really don't think it does.
It does.
To who?
The appearance, the look of it.
But like, what is an
dry fit fits better?
But like on an A tier, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Sometimes dry fit is more of a rigid size. It doesn't fit to your body that well. If it's a cheap dry fit,
that's true. If it's cheap, but like we're talking about like when people are on camera. People are on camera like. So I think that the bigger issue that in disc golf doesn't have any regulation right now is the pants.
Yeah.
So I think you fix the pants, the shirt fixes itself.
It's true because like people's like choice of shorts and pants like is usually what throws me off the most.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that doesn't look good up top isn't gonna. The reason it like works as an outfit is because of the pants.
Right.
So I think that gym shorts, sweatpants, jeans, we can go with cargo, should all be banned.
Right.
So you can't wear gym shorts, you can't wear sweatpants, you can't wear, and there are some that look good. I think spokesperson for why sweatpants shouldn't be banned is Nico LaCastro, because he can wear joggers and stuff. And a jogger and a nice dry fit, and the man looks professional.
Companies like Puma and Nike have started making golf pants that are like jogger style anyways.
Yeah.
They're already trying
But there are some that look nice. But
yeah.
The issue is there's also a whole lot out there that do not look professional.
Yeah.
And the same thing can be said for gym shorts. There are some gym shorts that you probably couldn't tell the difference between golf shorts and gym shorts.
Yeah.
But then there's also players who are out there
wearing those and ones.
Yeah, wearing like and one down to their knees with a polo on. That's the most common disc golf outfit that I can't stand. That's like sometimes even the like shiny shorts.
I know.
With like a stripe down the side
It's just bad.
and then a polo. If you found yourself on Jomez coverage, like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So I think athletic
It's
shorts.
ruthless.
Because I think that, and then as far as like hoodies and jackets, you know, let it be. Who cares? Because like, yes, like this sweatshirt, for instance, would not look professional no matter what outfit I put it on.
Wouldn't even look that bad though.
It's not bad, but it's just like a cotton, you know, whatever sweatshirt. But if I pair it with golf shorts, you know,
nice hat,
and a nice hat, I'm doing okay.
Right.
You know,
that's a good point. I never thought about the whole thing of like, it's actually really the pants and the shorts.
That's what throws it off.
It kind of is.
I was looking at it and I'm like, that's what
is.
screws everything because, you know, some of the like worst looking dry fits on tour, if you put them with golf pants or golf shorts,
they would look better.
They would either look better or they would look so bad being put with it that the player would look at it himself and be like, okay, well, I can't wear this dry fit anymore.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
So I think screw the collared shirts.
But how do you
screw all of that?
Yeah, that's just
regulate the pants. I mean, honestly, regulate the pants.
Is that the title of this podcast? Regulate the pants.
No, because seriously, like then you get rid of that. The pants, I think, is where 99% of my issue comes in, and I just realized it. And the person that made me realize it was the man, the myth, the legend, Nico LaCastro. Because I was looking at his dry fit, and I'm like, his dry fit game is unmatched. Like because then that allows a player like him.
It's true. He does match, even though he has the most wild stuff. He does match.
It's insane. He looks great, and he has his own style that will never be replicated. It can be replicated, but like you couldn't replicate it in golf. Or if you put that man in a collared shirt, then that takes away the flair of Nico.
Right.
But
Nico is a good example.
You take Nico with like a sick dry fit, some of his leopard print, his like super whatever, like the most Nico looking shirts, and you put him in golf pants. The man still looks good.
Nico's got to figure it out.
You know what I mean? And then on the other side, you know, the only one that I think, and this might just be me personally, is like the ultimate jersey looking, like super loud printed ones. You know what I'm talking about? There's some that are done well. Like the Jomez ones I like. The Jomez jerseys that are dry fit. Don't mind those. But when they
still look like they're still a little crowded for me.
But when they get like bigger and bolder, I don't know how you regulate
I don't necessarily mind colors as much as I mind logos everywhere. That's where, like
a bowling shirt.
Innova does like the giant Air Force logo, and like there's that logo isn't inherently awful, but like I don't need to see it blown up on every player's back. Like it takes that polo that could look like nice and clean.
Well, I think part of it's the logo too, because like Dynamic's logo's huge on their back, but it still looks professional.
It looks better. The Discraft logo.
Part of it is it needs to be in one color.
Right.
You could regulate the screen printing color on the back of it. Like if you're going to put if you're going to add a screen print to the shirt, it needs to be one color.
Yeah, there's just a lot of fashion fails going on.
I don't know.
Disc golf.
But I think the biggest thing that disc golf could regulate today that would solve a ton of the unprofessional dress is the pants. And it doesn't sacrifice comfort, really. I mean, sure.
No, golf pants are comfortable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this is only on the tour level.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to show up
Disclaimer once again.
Yeah, if I want to show up to my B tier in athletic shorts
or
and
A tier.
Well, that's the thing too is I wore one at this B tier. This is another thing that got to me is I have this dry fit. And there's a Nike Golf dry fit.
Yeah.
No sign of a collar or buttons up top. It's just a dry fit t-shirt that I think looks better than a lot of my polos. So like when I wear that with golf pants, I honestly I'm like this disc golf wise I think looks more professional than some of the polos I have. So that's when I really started thinking through this.
Fit honestly comes down to a lot.
Fit is a big thing.
Well, the thing is like there's not enough manufacturers like. It all comes down to the disc golf demographic too that like just does not care about style.
But that's the thing is I think if you regulate the pants, that solves a lot of it.
Regulate the pants. Put that on a t-shirt.
I'm being serious though. Like
it
sounds funny, but
I think you're onto something. I agree.
Like it clicked in my head, and I'm like, this is it, because that's not asking too much of anyone. You know what I mean?
Regulate the pants.
You don't have to wear a collared shirt. We're not golf. We never were trying to be golf, but that makes us look more professional.
It's true. I don't care about the collar. I just care about the overall look.
Because then if you're putting a belt on and stuff, because you're wearing golf pants or at least pants with a zipper and a button, it's going to be a lot harder to just like, all right, well now that I got this on, I'm gonna just throw on just like the most comfortable clothes up top because it
starts with the pants.
Yeah, the pants set the tone for the outfit.
The pants are the key.
If I wake up and throw sweatpants on, a t-shirt and sweatshirt's following after. If I wake up and put khakis on, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, well, I've got to dress to match the khakis. It's the pants, man. It's the
some
darn
big
pants.
brain energy right there.
And I'm proud of myself for that one.